In this video, I will show you how to release your tight psoas muscle for good. So there is a common conception that you need to stretch out your psoas with a lot of various of stretching exercises, but it seems it doesn't work, it doesn't stick, because as soon as you try to walk afterwards, after the stretching, few hours later, your brain will recruit back all the old pattern of tight muscles. Why? Because your brain operates on the paternal level. And if you did not convince your brain that the psoas needs to be released, it's not going to let go that easily. Because your psoas is a direct result of compensatory strategy that your body has learned, for instance, after the injury or after some chronic long-term muscle imbalances. And this is the status quo for your brain. It doesn't want to let go of it that easily. So you need to convince your brain that it's opposite muscle that will hold you up during the walking cycle, so the psoas, iliopsoas, can finally be released, not just locally, artificially stretched out. If you have tight hip flexors, you need to give your brain an opposite function to hip flexion, which is hip extension. But it's not just hip extension. You need to extend your hip with correct muscles and correct foot position on the ground, so your brain will feel it and will recognize it as a walking pattern. And now finally you can change something. So let's learn two new techniques that will help you to reduce psoas spasm.
Hello, I am going to show you how to inhibit hip flexors without stretching them. Tight hip flexors are mainly responsible for anterior pelvic tilt, back pain, and many other negative conditions. To reduce the stress caused by so-called systemic extension, you need to inhibit or repress the activity of hip flexors. Otherwise, your body will not relax. Your body cannot relax when you are overly extended in your spine. And a great contributor to extension are hip flexors. So let's relax them. Firstly, lie on the table or high bed. Position yourself like my patient. Place a big pillow underneath your shoulders and thoracic spine. Big pillow will elevate the upper spine, so it passively will flex the lower back. Initially, flex your right leg completely and rest your right foot on the table. However, try to extend your left leg as much as possible. Place a large cylinder under your left thigh and also behind your left heel. Try to find a firm object to oppose that heel.
Your task in this position will be, first, to press your left leg into the cylinder, and second, simultaneously, to press your left heel into a firm object. By doing so, you will activate your biceps of your leg in two functions. First, hip extension by pressing into cylinder. Second, you will train the flexion of the knee by pressing the left heel. This provides a total inhibition of your hip flexors. Thus, you will slowly reduce the strain of the hip flexors. So now try to breathe like we do in PRI. Inhale through your nose, then long, strong exhale through your mouth. 4. 5 breaths is equal to 1 set of this particular exercise. Try to do 2, 3 sets for each leg. Typical mistakes. Do not try to arch your lower back. Do not try to abduct your pressing leg to sides. Hold that leg in one line. The second exercise provides an even more holistic influence. Tuck your pelvis slightly, round your lower back slightly, and then just walk backwards. Just try to walk backwards, taking a small strides with your legs. Try to slightly extend each leg. Remember, you cannot land on the ground with your toe box. You must land that foot from your heels. Each time when you're walking, you are doing exhale. As soon you ran out of exhale, do the pause. Inhale, and then again. Start to walk backwards with exhalation. You can walk like this for a couple minutes or few tours, depending on where you are doing that exercise. That will teach your brain how to elongate your hip flexors. Since you're walking backwards, your psoas muscle will work in elongated position, not in shortened, like usually when you walk forward. Another mistake to avoid: don't point out your feet. Keep them in parallel to each other. Listen. This were basic level exercises. In order to fix your chronic pain, you need to progress. I can help you to progress you on my personal online coaching and consultations, or just visit our office in Poland. Link will be down below. Ciao, cacao.